Take two. Hello everyone, welcome back to Bareham Carb Building, amongst other things. Well mate, it's a run up to Christmas and we've got a few things to get finished.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
We do.
Although it hasn't been madly busy, we have set ourselves a task of completing two jobs. One is an engine that come in.
Yep.
Beginning of the week, or last week. Last week.
Was it Friday? Yeah.
Friday. And just as importantly, we want to get the Escort running. So I can trash around in it in the Christmas holiday, mate. Saves me sitting there getting depressed, staring at a Christmas tree. So we've got quite a few of the bits turned up for the Escort, haven't we? Out here, all the bits and bobs there, look.
Got a nice new clutch and everything.
Nice new Helix clutch.
Shiny bits.
This is an organic clutch,
Yep.
but uprated plate and cover.
Right.
So it's not going to be too snatchy. It's not like a paddle, but it's going to hold the power that we're chucking at it.
Nice.
So it's standard crossflow size. The crank is on the floor there, which obviously we've got to give another clean. But that we have semi-knife edged and took quite a lot of weight out of that, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we've also took a lot of weight out of the flywheel. So that's down to about 5 kilos as opposed to 8.
Well, and then plus the balancing, because obviously the knife edging and the weight reduction of the flywheel.
How did that go?
Well, it kind of threw everything all over the place.
Right, as it would do.
So it needed quite a lot of tweaking to get right, so you got some extra weight loss there as well.
It's very handy to speak to people that have been in the game for quite a lot longer than ourselves, mate, because we're still whippersnappers, even me. One being Charlie at CTM.
Very helpful.
Massive help Charlie's been over the years. And also Mark from Turbo Sport. Very knowledgeable guy, been in it for years and also been very much involved in the Xflow tuning game.
Yep.
For like 20 years. Like Mark said, he watches a few of our videos and he said, what I like about yourselves, as opposed to what a lot of people don't probably do, is balance everything to within an inch of its life.
Yeah,
because it's very important. He said he's always done that and he's never broke a standard crankshaft on a Xflow.
So he'll stand by a standard one over a steel one. Or
a steel one
like
obviously is going to be, but he's just said he's never broke one.
Yeah.
So whereas a lot of people have them when they're a bit renowned on, I think it's number 4, which is a bit of a coincidence, seeing as that's nearest the flywheel and clutch, which is usually, as we know, miles out.
Yeah. So the cranks themselves are never normally that bad. It's always in this sort of assembly where the issues are.
Exactly, yeah. But wherever it is on the crank assembly, if it's out of balance, mate, it could send up a harmonic and that's what breaks the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. So you've balanced it, so we're confident it is absolutely bang on.
Yeah, we've got all our other bits there. We've got, what cam's that? Is that quite a...
So that is a
duration,
BLF 18.
Okay.
So that is a Burton camshaft, ground by Kent cams.
Yeah.
Most people go for the 234 or 244, but that is quite a clever cam. So it's not as high a lift as the 244, but it's a lot more duration. So this is more of a power cam.
Right.
With the lift that it's got, it's going to give us more torque than that thing had already.
Yeah.
But we are going for power with this thing.
So basically with this one, instead of the valve being open really wide, it's just open for longer, albeit maybe not as wide open.
Yeah,
basically.
that's it, yeah. So obviously if you've got a cam with a high lift and a high duration, it's a bit of a compromise really. So with this one, it's bespoke grind, 4 power, so it's sort of a race cam really.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for. We're going for more revs, mate. It's the idea of this motor, isn't it? The engine was quite torquey before. It was more of probably a fast road torquey motor. So we know what they're like with the torque.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. But what I want to do is an experimental build, really, to see what the thing's like on the power and how it revs out, really, because I'd quite like to keep the 4-speed box and have the thing quite free revving up the top. So that is the idea of it, really. Whether it's to everyone's taste, I don't really know. But so we've got all the bits, most of the bits here. The only thing we are going to go for, which we've decided, which we weren't going to originally is we are going to put some H-section rods in there, aren't we?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because we've gone to town on this, all right, we may have a piston failure because we're not going forged pistons. We're going to mod those existing HEPA lights, but we don't want to be chucking a rod out the side, do we?
No,
because that's going to scrap everything.
Scraps a lot.
And we've done quite a lot of work to the cylinder head now.
Yeah.
So this is the cylinder head, mate. So this is courtesy of Charlie at CTM. Charlie has done the porting for us. I know we were going to have a go at this, but what I wanted to do is get Charlie to do it with his expertise, as he always done them. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to measure all these ports, note everything, and basically see what he's done. Because he's a lot more familiar where you do it and all the rest of it. So the rest of it, we've gone for the biggest valves you can get, really. We've got 35 exhaust, 41.5 inlet, in metric, basically, pretty much. So there, you can see we ain't got a lot of gap in between them.
No.
It's got an unleaded conversion, so it's got the hardened seats on the exhaust.
Normal fuel then, nice.
Yeah, three-phase cutters gone over the seats there. Charlie has installed the springs to the right, to the correct poundage.
Yep.
At a seated height of 34 mil. So these were the springs that were in it before. So he's tested the poundage, and yeah, he said they're good at 34. So ideal. Didn't have to buy any new springs.
Yeah.
Cleaned and painted some bits today, mate. The manifold, you can see, we've gone for, what's this?
It's graphite.
Graphite grey, isn't it?
Grey. In stock grey.
In stock grey, yeah. We've blasted these and we've got silver manifolds.
Yeah.
Everything else is going to be either polished pulleys, black water pump, black front cover with the old shiny bolts.
So
mate,
basically it'll be
pretty sick, isn't it?
silver, grey and black, really. And a bit of polished bare metal.
Yeah, we've got a nice custom rocker cover coming, which we'll show everyone once we get that. That's going to be smart.
Yeah.
So at the moment, what our plan is in the long term, we're going to be putting a full race exhaust.
Yep.
And we're going to be putting it on throttle bodies.
Right, but for now we're just going with the carbs, the 40s?
So for now, I'm just going to be putting it back on the 40s, back on the existing exhaust, run it over Christmas.
Yeah.
Make sure that the engine's all good.
Although obviously it's all been ported and we're changing the compression ratio and stuff, these carbs have been set up. So it's going to be running wrong, but it's going to be running better than if you just stuck it on. Yeah,
it's
on throttle bodies
exactly. It's going to be good to just drive around and use over Christmas and get some miles on it. Make sure the motor's okay. But I did speak to Stephen at Tipton Garage, who set these carbs up when we first had the car, and Stephen's really knowledgeable, really helpful, and he's told me to get in touch with and speak to David at Emerald ECUs. EMU. They do an EMU.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I keep thinking of it. I rang up Dave at Emerald ECUs, and he's going to do me a price for throttle bodies, their ECU, all the bits to go with it. He deals with Stephen at Tipton anyway, so they can liaise. So
it's the idea of one of these, the Emeralds, you can sort of have a play with them yourself.
Apparently, Stephen loves them. He said they're really user-friendly.
Yeah.
And he said if we go down there while he's mapping it, he'll show us how to use it anyway. So it's easy enough to have a tinker yourself if you ever need to. He said it's great you put a wideband on it, it's great as a diagnostic tool. So it'd be quite interesting to take the camera down there, mate, and get some lessons on that, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
But at the moment, we're just going to stick it on these. Now, these 40s are a Delauto, and they were in a bit of a state to look at, weren't they?
Yeah, just a bit grimy. And
we did put a rebuild kit in them not that long ago. So what I've done today is I've stripped them right out, blasted all the bodies.
Yep.
So it's took a bit of work, but it's worth it because they look great, don't they?
Yeah, they do. A lot better now.
And I'm just assembling this second one, mate. I've had to order a couple of little bits, so these little breathers here look a bit nasty, and that one there has caught fire at some point. So we've got some nice black ones coming, so they're going to look great. And when we take this thing off these carbs, what we're going to be doing is building that motor around there, which is
so
going to be...
block round there isn't the block we're using, is it? We'll show them that in a minute, I suppose.
Yeah, so that, obviously we didn't use this block. Only reason is because we're going full out with the revs.
Trying to rev it up.
This is an earlier block, so this is the one without the steel caps. It's got the cast caps. Still fine. I mean, it was great as it was.
Yeah.
So we're going to be building this motor probably to similar spec to what the car was.
Like a stage 1 sort of thing.
Yeah,
Stage 1
and we'll be sticking it on those carbs.
Yeah.
Come with the exhaust. So this would be like 120 horsepower setup, and it's going to be for sale.
Be for sale at some point.
Be for sale, and it'll be dirt cheap. So if anyone's interested in that, give us a shout and get your name on it. We can get that built for you. We haven't gone with that block, mate. Charlie has dug out one of his thick-walled 711M blocks. So like probably the best block you can have, really. And we have bored it out. We're going to be using this Hepalite piston. So we have bored it out 90 thou.
Yep.
You have faced 50 thou off the top of the block today.
I have, which felt wrong, but...
It did feel wrong, but the reason we're doing that is because one of the tricks is, although this is a 1300 piston which has got the smaller bowl, the cross flows, especially when you start revving them, they do prefer a bowl,
like a
wider bowl like the 1600. Okay. So we're going to be widening the bowl slightly. We're going to be taking 50 thou off the top, and we're going to be deepening the pocket slightly. The reason we're doing 50 thou is because you can buy 50 thou taller steel posts for the rocker assembly, so that will make it all good. And we're going to be aiming for 11 to 1, something like that.
Yeah.
And that's also going to take a bit of weight off the pistons, isn't it?
Yeah.
By doing that.
Light and everything.
So yeah, we've got some dummy building to do on it to get our compression right and all the rest of it. But we're going to be cracking on with it, aren't we?
Yeah. So it's going to be a bit of an all-out, as near as a sort of race motor as you go in a road car.
Yeah, once it's on the throttle body. And Stephen said it is absolute night and day from carbs. The trouble is with carbs, especially when you're trying to create a load of power, it's a compromise, always is going to be on them.
Yeah.
Which is fine for racing, but because I use the car a lot on the road, he said with the throttle bodies, injection, it just runs perfect.
Yeah.
So that's the way forward, isn't it?
It'd be nice in the morning when it just fired up like it's a 2005 or something.
It'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, can't wait to get the car done, mate. Really missing it.
Yeah.
Let's go on to this Peugeot a little bit, mate, shall we?
I think so.
So this is the Peugeot race motor. I can't remember what state this was in when I did the video last. But now it has got the head on it. It has got the rocker cover just placed on because we are waiting for some bits. Now yesterday, mate, I had fun and games with this thing, didn't I?
You did.
I nearly went home in tears.
Yeah, pulling your hair out.
I was pulling my bloody hair out. I've said in the previous video, this is it's a 1400 engine, but you're allowed to run a 1400 8-valve head, fully modified.
Yeah.
But you can use a 16-valve motor, but you're not allowed to modify the head. And apparently, for what they use it for, they get more power out of these 8 valves. So that's why we're doing it. So it's been a heavily modified cylinder head, as in the valves and ports and all the rest of it. It's got a custom inlet manifold on, which we've had to face both sides because that was like a banana. And the problem for me is when we come to time it up yesterday, mate. Little did he know, and little did we know, that he's supplied pulleys. So we've got a vernier pulley that goes with the cam, but he doesn't want to run a water pump that's belt driven.
Right.
So I expect he's using an electric water pump. So the problem is with that, first problem, we need to find a belt and tensioners that are going to do the job.
Right.
Now, first problem is it's a 17mm wide belt, which is not very common.
Quite skinny, that.
It is quite skinny. And the problem is with that is they only really, I've got a catalogue out there from Ultra that gives you a list of all the size belts that they do for everything. And usually, if a 17mm will only go as far down as a 98 tooth.
Right.
In the round tooth. Most of them are 104, which I think this one was originally. But we needed about a 93.
Okay.
So I found one that's 95, but what I've had to do, mate, is reposition the tensioner from here down to there.
Okay.
That's one of the original engine mount holes, I would have thought.
Okay.
Fortunately, he's mounting the engine in this car from
a
different area,
so
not here, so we can do that.
Yeah.
So I've overcome that problem. Second problem, actually, it was the cam. The cam was unidentifiable, but we managed to sort of identify it, and we've come up with a figure of 104 degrees.
Right.
So I've set that cam up at 104 degrees, turned the thing over, mate, and the exhaust valve, just as it was coming up to TDC, the exhaust valve was touching the piston.
Yeah, so the exhaust valve had started to close, hadn't it? But as the piston came to TDC, it sort of caught up with the valve and...
See, John?
And hit it.
So couldn't figure that out, why it was doing that, because when I did my dummy build and put the piston on TDC with the springs off these two pistons, dummied all the head up, I got about 8 mil of clearance between the piston shut.
So you basically, with the piston right the way up, you drop the valve down and measure how much travel you've got basically before it touches.
That's it. We were scratching our heads over it. Checked the timing, tried moving the timing. Every time we turned it over, it was bloody touching. So after about 2.5 hours and a phone call from Kent Cams, which was sort of, we were no further forward, I suddenly had a little brainwave. Why don't I count the teeth on the bottom pulley compared to the top pulley? And we had 19 teeth on the bottom and 42 on the top. Right,
so they need to be a 2-to-1 ratio, don't they?
They do, mate. And so every time I was turning it over, it was knocking the top one out to another 2 teeth.
Yeah.
That's why it was out. Because I was thinking, how can I get around this? If it needs more piston clearance, I mean, the way what it looked like, it would only clear when we back the off, the tappets. And we were looking at about another 3 mil clearance. And I thought, well, that's going to knock you ain't going to do it.
Well, that would have messed up your compression ratio and everything like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, it wouldn't have been the right thing to do anyway, once you realise.
No. So I got in touch with my friend who used to work at Truscott's, which is the Peugeot dealer. He's got in the database there, mate, and it looks like for this engine, they supplied 2 pulleys, one 21 tooth and one 19.
Is that to do with 16 valve versus an 8 valve head or something like that?
I'm not sure. Don't know the reason, but basically the 21, which is what we want, is not the common one. But we've managed to find one, haven't you?
Yes.
And that'll be here on the 9th, which means it's a good thing because it means that we can still use this belt, but we're going to have a bit more travel on the tensioner.
Yep.
So in effect, it's going to be like another couple of teeth shorter, which is a good thing.
Yeah, so this won't have to be as far in. It will be a bit less tensioned, won't it?
And hopefully, mate, all my calculations are right, and it's going to create amazing power, and the guy's going to win everything.
Perfect.
So yeah, 2.5 hours yesterday of panic. You know when you've been on the job thinking very hard.
Yeah, well, you think
all day.
You know, all them for a motor like this, you're working out a lot of stuff. There's a lot of maths and
you are. It's a very simple 8-valve motor, very simple. But when it comes to this sort of build,
it's a race build.
And it's
so then you start to
and
question
you're doing everything from scratch.
Yeah, and you start to question every little calculation you've done. Thought, how have I got it all so wrong? And
absolute nightmare.
It's just little things like that. And I mean, on most engines, you wouldn't ever really think about it because you ain't got to think about putting a different pulley on or anything like that.
No, you haven't. You just put the bits on, and it doesn't help getting an engine. It's all right if I've stripped it, but when we get an engine in bits and it's not necessarily bits that are on the original motor, it all gets a little bit complicated. But there we go, mate. So as soon as that pulley turns up, we can get it all timed up, double check everything, waiting for the sump from him, and then it's all done.
Cool.
So in the next video, mate, which will be Thursday, we'll show you this other engine that we've got.
We've really not shown it yet.
No.
Christ.
No, I know. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.